Mom sent a message for you today, not for me, for you specifically, and that felt strange right from start because she never messages like that. I read it twice just to be sure. Mom sent a message for you only, and my heart paused without reason. I asked her why. She didn't answer, just said, "Read it and tell him." That made it heavier than it should be because simple things don't feel like this. I opened the message slowly, hands slightly shaking, not fear exactly, but something close. Mom wrote clearly, without extra words. "Take care of her." That's all she said. Just one sentence, but it stayed. Take care of her. It echoed inside because that wasn't normal, not for her. She never says things without meaning something. I looked again, trying to understand. Why would she say that to you? Not to me, but to you. Mom sent a message for you today, and suddenly everything felt different. I remembered small things she noticed before me, the way you looked, the way you spoke, the way silence stayed. Between us, sometimes, did she see something I didn't see yet? That thought stayed uncomfortable and real. I went to you slowly, phone still in hand, and said quietly, "Mom sent something." You looked confused just for a second, then asked, "What is it?" I didn't answer immediately because I was thinking how to say it, how to explain something I didn't understand. I showed you message without saying a word. You read it once, then again slowly. Your expression changed, not dramatically, but enough to notice something shifted. Mom sent a message for you today, and now I knew it meant more. You didn't speak quickly, just stayed silent, and that silence felt louder than words. I asked you softly, "What does it mean?" You shook your head, said nothing really, but that didn't convince me, not even a little, because your eyes didn't match your words. "Take care of her," Mom said clearly. But why now? Why suddenly? I kept thinking while watching you, trying to find answers in your silence. Mom never interferes, never says things unless something feels wrong or something feels important. And this felt important, too important to ignore. I sat down slowly, still holding my thoughts, because something inside me started connecting things, small changes lately, small distances growing, things I ignored before now felt clear. Mom sent a message for you today, and maybe she saw what I avoided. That scared me more than anything else because sometimes others see truth earlier. I asked you again, be honest with me. This time you looked away. That was enough because honesty doesn't hide, it stays direct. Your silence again answered everything. Take care of her, Mom said to you, not to me. to you. That means something more than I thought. I stood up slowly, heart beating faster, because now I felt it. Something wasn't right. I didn't want to believe, but I couldn't ignore because truth was forming right in front of me. Mom sent a message for you today, and suddenly I wasn't calm anymore. I asked one last time, "What are you hiding?" You didn't answer, just stayed quiet, and that silence was louder than truth. Because when truth hides, silence speaks. Take care of her, Mom said clearly. And now I understood. She wasn't advising, she was warning in her own way. That realization hit hard, without mercy, because it meant one thing: something is wrong. And I was the last to see it. Mom sent a message for you today, and that message changed everything. Mom sent a message for you today, and now I couldn't ignore anything anymore. That one sentence stayed inside me. Take care of her. She wrote to you, not to me, to you, and that changed everything. More than I expected. I stood there quietly, waiting for you to finally say something, to explain anything. But you stayed silent like before, and silence now felt like truth, not confusion, not hesitation, just truth hiding behind your eyes. Mom sent a message for you today, and maybe she knew before I did that something between us was slowly breaking. I asked you again, this time stronger. What is going on? Tell me clearly. You looked at me, but not fully, like you wanted to say something, but couldn't or wouldn't. That difference matters more than anything, because not being able and not wanting are not the same at all. Take care of her, Mom said softly, but now it sounded like a warning, like she was telling you what you failed to do. That thought hurt deeply, more than expected, because I trusted you without questioning, and now everything felt uncertain. Mom sent a message for you today, and suddenly I wasn't calm anymore. I felt restless inside and outside, like answers were close but not coming. I walked away slowly, needing space again, because standing there was getting harder. I sat down quietly, trying to breathe, but my mind wouldn't stop thinking. Every moment replaying, every silence connecting. Small changes lately now made sense. The distance, the pauses, the missing attention, things I ignored before, now felt obvious. Take care of her, Mom said clearly, and now I realized she saw everything. Before I did, before I accepted. That realization hurt, but also opened my eyes, because sometimes truth comes from outside when inside we ignore it for too long. Mom sent a message for you today, and That message was not simple. It was not casual. It was not random. It was intentional and meaningful. I stood up again, feeling something new, not just pain, but clarity, because confusion ended and truth started. I went back to you one last time, not to ask again, but to confirm. I looked at you directly this time and said slowly, "You changed. You didn't deny it." That said enough, because denial comes fast when it's not true, but you stayed quiet again, and the silence now was your answer. Take care of her, Mom said to you, and maybe she meant you are not. That thought settled inside me like final truth. Without argument, I felt something shift deep inside, not breaking now, but separating from you, from everything, because sometimes understanding hurts less than confusion and waiting. Mom sent a message for you today, and that message saved me from staying longer in something fading. I picked up my phone, looked at it once, then put it down without hesitation because I didn't need more proof. Truth was already there, clear enough. I looked at you one last time, not with anger, but acceptance, because now I knew what I needed to know. You didn't fight, you didn't stop me. That confirmed everything without words. Take care of her, Mom said softly. But now I realized I have to, not you anymore, just me. I turned away slowly, not rushing this time, because this ending was not sudden. It was growing for a long time, and today it became clear. Mom sent a message for you today, but it wasn't for you only. It was for me too, to wake up, to see clearly, to understand finally that love needs effort from both sides, not just one. Trying alone, I walked forward quietly, leaving everything behind, not broken fully, but stronger somehow, because truth does that, even when it hurts. And for the first time, I didn't look back, because now I knew what was missing, and I won't ignore it again.